I want to thank you for joining me once again out here in the old Dusty Workshop. I'm very excited to get started on this episode of Let's Make a Sword. I'm going to be getting the guard and pommel on this big beautiful blade. So I'm going to set this down on the anvil and I'm going to show you the pieces that I have all cut out, ready to that guard forged and get the pommel made. So I have a nice piece of 1045 hex bar here. And this is just a big block of mild steel, and that will be our pommel. I tend to just cut pretty standard pommel sizes. I throw them in a drawer. I just keep a bunch of them on hand. Now on this blade, the guard is going to be kind of upswept, so it's going to be sweeping up, and there's going to be a little bit of decoration on the guard itself, so I'm very excited to get started. I am going to start on the guard. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start by forging it all down to where it's about a ½ inch thick. Once it's thinned out just how I want it, I am going to punch in a hole for the tang, and then I will drift that up to the size that I want, to where it is very close to fitting up on our tang of the sword. And then once I am really close, just in the general size, I still want it to be smaller than the tang. I don't want it to fit up yet. But what I'm going to do after that is I'm going to do the rest of the forging, forge the shape out, try to avoid the socket for the tang as much as possible. I'll clean it up there at the end, make sure that we have decent fit up and that we're not too big of a hole. And then at that point, I will be done forging the guard. It'll get normalized, and then I'll do all the file work, get it all cleaned up, looking beautiful. I do tend to heat treat my guards just to give them a little bit of a spring temper. I temper them back really far so they're really nice and tough, but I do prefer a tough guard rather than one that is really soft and will bend and take a set. But the pommel does not need to be hardened really, so I just do mild steel for those. So I think it is just about time to get the forge started and start hitting some steel. And I did just want to mention, before it gets real loud in here, that if you guys want to support the channel, the best way to do that is to like and subscribe. It really helps me to continue making all of these awesome projects out here in the old Dusty Workshop. It also helps me to improve the workshop itself. Right now, as you can see behind me, it might look a little different because I have everything moved so that I can build a grinding room around my grinders. That should reduce a lot of the dust, and I'm really excited about that. You can also see I got a new tool back here. Look at that, I mean, it's just massive. That is a big bandsaw. Still waiting on a plug, so I can't plug it in yet. It runs on 220, so it's going to be an absolute beast. But I'm really excited to get cutting with that massive saw. Now let's go ahead and let's get it really hot in here. So here we are with the kind of rough mock-up of how the handle is going to fit together. I've got it punched. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grind the guard to the dimensions that I want. It's going to take a whole lot of weight off. After that, I am going to bend the guard up just a bit, probably about a ½ inch to an inch further that way. The pommel is going to get some serious weight ground off of it. It's really heavy right now. And then it'll be time to drill a hole through the pommel and to mill a little relief there that fits over the shoulders of the tang. And then it'll be time to do all the file work for the guard to get it fit up. And at that point, I can get the guard heat treated, get the blade heat treated, and then it'll be handle construction and blade finishing time. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to get my file guide on here. Alright, that is nicely fit up. Now I am going to hot fit this one, so I'm going to heat the guard back up, and I'm pretty much just going to press it onto the tang so that I get a really tight fit. I'll have it close enough to where it should mate up perfectly, and that just makes for a really wonderful fit. So I also need to finish the upsweep on the guard. I will do that then as well. But right now, I'm just going to get the pommel fit up, and then we can hot fit this guard. And there we go. Oh man, this is really, really exciting. I have the guard and the pommel rough fit on the blade. The pommel may fall off, so just, it might be kind of loud. But anyway, it feels remarkable in the hand. Just wonderful. And there we are. It just is always so satisfying once you get this far on a sword. You have everything rough fit up, because from here on out, the last really difficult part is the heat treat. After that, it is all just tedious work, getting everything finished, fit up perfectly, getting the guard done. Those parts are still very important, but they're not quite as physically taxing as making and grinding a sword that size. So I am really excited to be this far. That is where I'm going to call this episode. In the next episode, I will be getting the guard hot fit up, and we'll be getting those quillins bent up just a little bit right where they should be. And then it will be time to heat treat that blade. So I want to thank you for coming along with me thus far. This has been such an incredible build. Hey, the pommel didn't fall off. That is cool. So I hope to see you on the next episode. It is going to be really, really cool to see all of these parts come together and to get that blade heat treated. And I am just very, very pleased with how this build is going. Really excited to see it all the way done. So I want to thank you for watching. And if you are new to the channel, it always helps if you like and subscribe. You can even hit that notification bell, and YouTube will let you know when I have a new video. So that is a huge help for the channel. It helps me to continue making all of these videos and making awesome projects for you guys out here in the Dusty Workshop. So I want to thank you. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day. I will catch you on the next episode of Let's Make a Sword.